Oh, picture this, I'm 18, fresh out of high school, and I meet this guy, let's call him Daniel, at a party my cousin dragged me to. He's got these sad eyes and tells the wildest stories, but nothing about him feels fake. We end up outside, sitting on the curb at 2 a.m., talking about how neither of us has ever had a family that felt like home. He tells me about his dad walking out and how he had to be the man of the house, looking after his mum and younger siblings while she just fell apart. I swear in that moment it was like we clicked over our broken bits. 1 month later, I'm meeting his family, his mum trying too hard to act like she's okay, his little sister clinging to my arm. He meets mine over a Sunday roast that my nan burned as usual. It feels right, like really right, that feeling you get when you find someone who just gets it, that was us. But then these tiny things start popping up. Nothing huge, just Daniel liking random girls' pictures on Insta and acting all awkward when I ask about it. Oh, must have been an accident, he'd say, but I know he knows them. He's following girls from school and there's always some new pretty face popping up in his notifications. But hey, it's just social media, right? And besides, we're together now. He even comes clean one night after 3 pints at the pub. Before you, I hooked up with my ex a few times. It stings for half a second, but then honestly, I let it go. Everyone has a past. And deep down, I trust him because he's so open with me, or so I want to believe. Things move fast. What started as weekends at his turns into me basically living there during the week. His mum gets a boyfriend and is gone all the time. Suddenly, it's just me and Daniel running the house with his brother and little sister trailing after us. I'm cooking dinners for everyone, folding laundry that isn't even mine, and learning which kid likes beans on toast versus spaghetti hoops. A year goes by in this blur of chaos and comfort until suddenly, boom, I'm pregnant. We're both in shock when that second pink line pops up on my test in the bathroom at 6 a.m., but after 5 minutes of what do we do? Panic, we're grinning like idiots and hugging each other like nothing could ever break us. We talk about everything, how our parents split up messed us up, how we want something better for our baby. Daniel kisses my belly every morning before leaving for work. I keep saving baby name lists in my phone. Then July comes around, the month everything starts to unravel, and Daniel brings up this boy's holiday to Zanti that he booked ages ago with his brother and their mates. Our gender reveal is just days before he leaves. Everyone from his crew comes over with balloons and cake and tells me they're so happy for us. But inside I'm screaming, how can you leave when I'm 6 months pregnant? But Daniel insists, I already paid for it ages ago, it's just one trip before our lives change. So he goes, and I stay behind to look after his little sister while everyone else is off in Greece getting sunburnt and smashed. First day he's there. Calls me from someone else's phone because I jumped in the pool with my phone in my pocket, he says, laughing like it's no big deal. The next day, nothing. Third day, maybe one rushed call where he says his brother needs the phone back. My gut twists itself into knots every day he doesn't ring. One night I text him, please don't do anything stupid, I just have this feeling. He replies right away, don't be silly, babe, I'd never do anything to ruin what we have or our future with our daughter. I want to believe him so badly that I do. The calls keep coming but less often and always cut short. Can't talk now, the lads want their phones back. When he finally comes home a week later, he brings me some cheap touristy souvenirs, one of those shell necklaces and a fridge magnet, and acts like nothing happened. We fall back into routine, him kissing my bump before work, baby shopping on weekends at Primark and Asda, quietly dreaming about nurseries and prams. But there's something off now, a weird distance between us I can feel every time he looks away from me too fast or takes his phone into the bathroom. Then disaster hits. My sister gets taken into care right before our family holiday in Devon, a holiday we've done every year since we were little kids. Now it feels empty without her. I cry every night, but Daniel is amazing. He holds me through every sobbing fit, cooks dinner when all I want is toast, keeps telling me we'll get through this for our daughter. But not long after that trip, in fact it feels like barely any time at all, he goes out drinking with his mates while I'm home alone at his place watching Netflix with his sister. Around midnight, his friend rings me saying Daniel is too drunk to make it home. Can you come pick him up? So there I am, 8 months pregnant, getting driven across town by some lad who smells like Red Bull vodka to collect my boyfriend who pukes all over himself getting into the car. When we finally get home, he collapses face down on the bed in his boxers and starts snoring instantly. Something snaps inside me, I need answers or closure or something, and so I do what any girl who knows she shouldn't would do, I pick up his phone. At first there's nothing, just boring group chats about football and memes, but then I notice something weird on Snapchat. Another account logged in at the same time as his regular one. I log out of his usual Snap, my hands shaking so bad, and try logging into this mystery account using passwords Daniel always uses for everything, his old dog's name plus his favorite number. It works immediately. My whole body goes cold as soon as I open my eyes only. There are nudes of his ex from months ago when we were already together, pictures hidden away behind a passcode only he knows, and messages, a pile of them with other girls. Most are harmless flirting until suddenly they're not, between him and some girl called Emily. Him, if I was with you, RN, we'd be doing more than just talking her. Why you taking ages to reply? Hard to talk here, but I miss your face, lol. There are dozens more like it. Another girl named Jess whose entire chat history is wiped except for a streak emoji beside her name. Another girl whose chat is full of heart emojis and late night photos sent from inside clubs. I scroll through them one by one until my heart physically hurts from how hard it's beating. His sister walks in on me crying over the phone screen. She kneels beside me on the carpet shaking her head. He promised you. She looks as betrayed as I feel. We'd gotten so close over the last year she started calling me her big sister too. I try waking Daniel up by shaking him. Wake up, what is this? He groans but doesn't really wake, just rolls over drooling onto his pillow while both of us stand there completely shattered. I stay up all night staring at those messages until morning when Daniel finally wakes up hungover asking why my face looks puffy from crying all night. You cheated on me. My voice barely comes out above a whisper, but it echoes around the whole flat anyway. He blinks at me confused, then tries denying everything until I shove the phone under his nose. What about Emily or Jess or your ex's pictures stashed away in my eyes only like some pervy trophy cabinet? His face drains white as milk. Suddenly he remembers everything. It was stupid. They meant nothing. It was just flirting, I swear, just words. I ask if anything physical happened. He swears nothing did, but now every word sounds rehearsed, every apology feels cheap. He admits there were flirty messages, but insists he never met up with anyone, not even on holiday, and begs me not to leave him, says it was just boredom or attention seeking or whatever excuse guys use when they think they're about to lose everything they took for granted. But part of me needs proof or maybe revenge. So later that day, while Daniel showers off last night's disaster breath, I track down Emily on Instagram by reverse searching her Bitmoji username from Snapchat. Don't judge, it works. I DM her straight up, hey, did you meet my boyfriend Daniel in Zante last month? She replies almost immediately, OMG no, he asked for my snap through his mate's phone because his broke, but nothing happened, we just talked while drunk one night then never again. She even tells me which friend was there, his mate Josh, who also has a girlfriend, confirms everything lines up with what little Daniel admitted earlier, right down to which hotel they stayed at. Emily seems genuinely sorry. She says she blocked him after 2 days because she realized he had a girlfriend back home. Your profile pic gave it away TBH. Her story checks out against emails Daniel sent Snapchat support at literally 3 a.m. Zandy time, trying desperately to recover the secret account password while ignoring texts from me asking if he was safe. But then there's still Jess, the other girl with way more sexual messages, and here S where Daniel clams up again. I don't remember her last name. Where did you meet her then? I dunno, it was ages ago. Why won't you give me any details? He shrugs off every question until eventually changing the topic entirely by offering to delete all social media instead, proves I'm serious. For weeks afterward, things are tense. The air hums with secrets between us, even though technically nothing physical happened, that either of them admit anyway. He deletes Snap/Insta/Facebook right in front of me, changes passwords, lets me check his phone whenever, but sometimes late at night I'll catch him scrolling through search history looking up girls from school or an old flame whose name makes my stomach drop through the floorboards. I confront him once after finding an old classmate popping up on his suggested friends list. Why are you searching Amy Taylor? You used to sleep with her? He denies it flat out. Wasn't me, it autofilled. And deletes social media again just to prove how loyal he's being now, even though somehow new accounts keep appearing under different usernames when I'm not looking closely enough. We limp along like this for months. I move back in full time because honestly, where else am I supposed to go? My job is barely paying enough for train tickets, let alone rent anywhere else. I'm also 8 months pregnant by now and need help with literally everything, from carrying groceries upstairs to tying my own shoes some days. Daniel acts perfect for weeks, making breakfast before work, rubbing lotion into my swollen feet, talking baby names over dinner as if nothing ever happened between him and those girls online. But every time he hugs me, part of my brain replays those messages, him, if I was with you, RN, and suddenly I'm not sure if I'm safe or stupid for staying anymore. When our daughter is born, it's both beautiful and terrifying. She looks exactly like him, same big brown eyes, but sometimes when I'm feeding her alone late at night, all those doubts creep back inside. The ones about whether he'll ever really change or if he's just waiting until I'm distracted again before picking up where he left off online. A couple months later, I find out I'm pregnant again, don't ask. It was supposed to be impossible according to the nurse. Now we're living together properly as an actual family, but there's still this wedge between us neither of us talks about directly anymore. Unless we're fighting about money or exhaustion or why he's never home before 7 p.m. even though work finishes at 5 most days. Nights go by where I lie awake replaying everything, wondering if I should run, even though things seem good on paper, even though everyone thinks we're perfect, even though Daniel keeps saying it's different now, but is it really? Some nights I pick fights on purpose, throwing old receipts back in his face. I'll shout you ruined everything. Over dishes left unwashed or bills unpaid, knowing full well it's deeper than that, but Daniel just stands there silent, letting my anger bounce off him without ever admitting maybe I'm right. One night during a particularly bad argument, I tell him I could forgive anything except lying, and you lied about everything. But Daniel just shrugs again. I'm not lying now, that's what matters, but is it? I start therapy because honestly I can't live like this forever, not knowing if I'm crazy for holding on to resentment or crazy for staying despite knowing who I'm really living with. My therapist says, trust isn't built overnight, but what if it's never rebuilt at all? I start writing letters I'll never send, to Jess, to Emily. To myself 2 years ago, warning her not to fall too hard too fast for someone whose heart isn't ready yet. I hide money away bit by bit just in case one day I decide I can't take another morning pretending we're okay. when inside I'm still grieving what I thought we had before Xanti, before those messages, before I became another statistic stuck, loving someone who doesn't love themselves enough not to cheat. Even friends start noticing something wrong. They stop inviting us out as much because nobody knows what side they're supposed to take anymore. Is Daniel secretly scum or am I just dramatic? I read old texts between us from year one, all sweet promises about forever, and want so badly to believe they could still be true someday if only we'd both try harder. But deep down, I know something broke that can't ever really be glued back together properly. Not without scars showing through everywhere you look. A few weeks ago, Daniel came home late smelling faintly of perfume, not mine, and claimed he'd been helping Josh fix his car again even though Josh sold that car 6 months ago. I didn't say anything right away. But next morning while making tea, I ask, who were you really with last night? Daniel freezes halfway through buttering toast, then shrugs, don't start please. I stare at him across kitchen tiles, thinking maybe this will be my cliffhanger moment. The bit where I finally walk away rather than keep pretending it's fine, because walking away hurts less than dying slowly from doubt every single day. I wish I could say that's what happened. That I packed bags, grabbed baby, called cab, moved somewhere safe, started over, clean slate, new chapter, blah blah blah. But here's real life instead. I'm still here writing all this down, hoping someone else understands why people stay even when they shouldn't. Even when history screams run, even when forgiveness feels more like giving yourself away piece by piece, until there's nothing left except old receipts hidden behind secret Snapchats, secret DMS, secret griefs nobody else can see except maybe strangers reading Reddit stories at 2 a.m. wondering whether they'll do better when it's their turn.